Hey everybody, welcome to Chase Your Escape. Thought we'd take you with us to do a little maintenance, winter maintenance. It's mid-December, actually late December, 65 degrees out, pretty nice. So it's a good day to get a few things done. We're gonna do a little sealing on the roof. I found some damage to our membrane, so I thought I'd take you along fixing that, and we'll see what else we tackle today. So come right along. I have a box, like a collectibles box of tools and sorted things I just drag along with me. I throw it in the garage and just grab it when I head to the trailer. So this is my collection. I have some cleaning solution, multiple bottles of caulk, brushes, hammers, cutters, caulking guns, just a little bit of everything. So just in case when I come over here, I'm more or less prepared, so we'll see how it goes. Let's open up the camper. Let's see if we remember which key it is. There it is. Yeah, opened pretty good. We've had a little trouble with this door, but it's not too bad. It's okay though. I'm gonna plug this in and see how things are going. Let's head in and see what's going on. Looks like the solar's doing well. A little bit of charging going on, not too bad. Everything looks in pretty good shape. Nothing out of place that I can see. This is our bath. We have a rear bath situation. So the bath is where the hot water heater cutoff valves are. Hopefully you can see. I'll show you right in here. This is where the two valves exist, so you shut these off before you do any winterization because you don't want any of the pink stuff to get in there, and then you can drain it with the low point valves or pull the anode, which we might do today. I added some noise rattling solutions in terms of little pool noodles to keep the tubes from rattling when the water pump was on. We had rattles kind of a little bit everywhere when we first got this. We've learned a lot. So and everything looks like it's in pretty good condition. So for us, we really like this. It has no slide outs. That's probably what we'll be looking for in our next camper as well. No slide outs. Smaller, mid-size. We chose this because we didn't want something really huge. We wanted something small to start with. It's been big enough and small enough for us both. We really enjoyed it. The Murphy bed is okay. It's workable. We both rather have like a walk around queen, but it is what it is. And the unfortunate part is they put the water pump underneath the bed. So in the middle of the night, you get to hear the water pump go off if somebody goes to the bathroom, which is kind of annoying. Now let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to the roof. Just getting up here's okay with the ladder, but dragging all your supplies with you is kind of fun, especially when you're all by yourself. The view from up here is pretty good. You can see the mountains maybe, pretty far off. Lions Peak in the distance, but all the camper tops. That poor guy's refrigerator vent pretty beat up, but it's kind of interesting to check out how everybody else's tops up here. The spot we're focused on is the spot with the green duct tape on it. Wander over here. Amazing how dirty this roof gets in a very short period of time. We live in a pretty dusty climate. Maybe I shouldn't have put the duct tape on it. It's trying to protect it from weather getting in there. I'm not sure what happened to it. Little impact crater looking thing. So we'll give it our best shot to get this cleaned up. Okay, the edge here, it's kind of wobbly. I probably should have put the stabilizers down. Kind of a little unwieldy, but we're gonna use denatured alcohol to try to clean up the spots first before we do much of anything. So let's give it a shot. I gotta pry this open. So we can do it without cutting ourselves. There we go. So just use a rag, wet it. It really does help clean the area pretty considerably. I'm not sure if maybe a branch hit it. Amy didn't really think it was a rock. Kind of has an impact roundness to it, which is kind of odd. Yeah, I'll show you. Here's a close up. Kind of a round impact. It's got kind of a weird little spot to it. So I think I'm going to try to just go ahead and see if I can get some under and on it. Just kind of enclose the whole thing to get some waterproofness going again. So we'll see what happens. I did bring up some tape. I think I'm going to tape off a little bit, just so I don't get junk everywhere, and I can clean it up a little bit. Maybe it'll give me a little straighter edge. So I'm using Camco ProTech self-leveling sealant. I was debating with the non-self-leveling, but it says for horizontal applications. It's pretty horizontal, so decided maybe that was a good idea. So I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, I think we're ready now. I forgot to get a screwdriver to pop the seal, so I had to go back down. Stuff is really stringy and gummy, so really hoping it will just go ahead and self-level. Terrible work. I want it to stick all around itself. Wow, this stuff is so sticky. Okay, well, it's not pretty. It's kind of ugly, but figured everything else I've done with this self-leveling, it really levels itself out. Kind of crazy how much it flows in the end. So tempted to leave it as it is, as I'm sitting here playing with it. Pull this tape and go find a couple more spots I've had my eyes on. So let's see, we'll just let this be. So I have another spot that I had done previously, I don't know, a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, that cured with the sealant. It looks like it's bad, but it's actually hard as a rock. Well, it's hard anyway. Tried cleaning it up with some alcohol, but I think what happens is the dust from the parking lot gets incorporated with the new self-leveling sealant and turns it brown. So I have no other explanation, because those are a couple other things we've done. So it seems like everything we've done turns brown. So yeah, interesting. So keep that in mind if you're doing it and you're wondering why yours turns dark color. I think that's about it for today. I still have to dig the Starlink out. We're going to go on a trip, and I thought we'd take the Starlink with us. So we're going to go through some areas that don't have any cell service whatsoever. So having a Starlink is pretty nice. You can plug it into your car as long as it has 120 volt it can work off of. And you can power it from anywhere. It's pretty amazing stuff. And then you can use cell phone calls that way. I thought I'd show you our door. We were really struggling. I had in a previous video, I think our sand dunes video, that we've been struggling with getting our door closed properly after we had some repair work done. But what we found was, I don't think they reinstalled the door properly when they put everything back together again. And what we found was, I'll show you, we're missing a couple of screws. So our bolts right there. Looking in the Lippert manual, it said there and up here as well. Those were just flat out missing. I did drill this out and put one in, but it didn't really make a difference after those two were in. What I found out was the lower hinge down here and the upper hinge up there are the two friction hinges, and that's what keeps the door from just slamming around in the wind. But additionally, what we had to do, this glass on this door is great, but boy, it gets hot, and I think it expands, or the whole thing expands in the hole anyway. This is just a plastic trim, so we were able to pop that trim off and then tighten some of the screws. We did it with the door closed, and just went every other one and just gently started tightening, and they were all a little bit loose. And you can see right here the sealant that they put in started squeezing out a little bit, so that told us that it really wasn't all that tight to the camper. After we made these changes, it's really closed very well. The RV tips and tricks, we learned from him that we could take our plate off right here, and we basically hammered it mostly flat, not all the way, but much flatter than it was, and it gave us a little extra clearance. This door frame right here is aluminum, and you can kind of gently mallet it just a little bit to give it a little extra room. We were hitting right up there on the top, and you can see some of the rub spots. After we did the other side and tightened it up, we really had a much better situation. I think it just wasn't installed properly. Looking at the manual, you really need to be kind of diligent about how they put the doors in, and I think they just slapped it in, because it literally said in the manual, don't put the screws in at an angle, and every one of these screws underneath this plastic, we took a peek, is at an angle. So I think somebody was on a ladder and just right up the side. So we decided to leave those until maybe we had some more problems with the door, but so far so good. We're going to leave it as is until we have to do some more adjustment. But I thought maybe this might help somebody else out there trying to find ways to make their door situation better. We were really frustrated with it. On top of that, the screen door would also hit, and you can see where it's all chewed up from the door hitting it, or from the screws on the strike plate hitting. And then we also ended up taking this screw out because it was hitting here. But again, everything seems to be much better than it was before. So I hope that helps somebody else. I hope maybe that helps you, and you can stop cussing at your door as well, like we used to. Thanks.